Listen, all that. I remember when haircuts was $15. I remember when haircuts was $10. I used to pay $3 for a haircut. Guess what? We do not care. We don't care. We don't care at all. We don't care. So it's a new day and time. You can get with the times or you can get left behind, because we not arguing with you about our prices. If you want to pay it, cool. Sit down in the chair. Let me get you right back like you never left. And if you don't want to pay it, there go the dough. I'm just saying. It is what it is.
They ain't arguing with y'all no more, man. They making passive-aggressive TikToks, man. Don't y'all get the message? Have y'all been in a barber shop lately, y'all? These barbers have lost their mind. What it look like, TV?
I am back! What it do, baby?
YouTube's own Varnell Hill.
Did you miss me?
Your very own spokesman for the Insidians. We're inside and we're comfortable.
They're so comfortable.
And I'm back with another one. And today we gotta get into these barbers, man. I haven't been in a barber shop in several years, and they have lost their minds since COVID. They out here charging $150 for a haircut, $50, $60 on a normal. They done lost their mind, and they overcharging people and got the nerve to be real spicy jalapeno about it.
For the people in my comments saying barber prices are too high, shut up. Y'all are used to pre-COVID prices where you could walk into a barber shop, get a razor, hot towel, enhancements, shear work, freestyle design, and all you gotta do is toss your barber a little 20 piece, maybe 25, no tip. The ball was in your corner. The barbers were blessing you. But you know whose corner that ball is in now? It's in my corner. That's correct. So for lack of better words, get your money up, not your funny up.
Respectfully, man, what the hell was he talking about, man? Ball and court and all that other stuff. People just wanted haircuts, man. And how the hell did cutting hair get more difficult since COVID? I just don't get it. But everybody prices since COVID has gone through the roof. They feel like they have the right now to charge you ridiculous prices since COVID. I don't know what COVID and hair prices got to do with each other.
All right, barbers, let me tell you something. This is my client right here. We met in January of 2021 when a basic haircut was $57. And then later on that year in July, I went up for a basic haircut to $80. Next, in November, just a couple months later, we raised the price for a men's basic haircut to $100. Then in September of 2022, we moved the price for a basic haircut up to $125. And lastly, in February of 2023, a men's basic haircut was $150. And guess who's still here? My client. And don't forget, we got our eyes set on $200 in 2025. Oh, I'm coming for you, baby. I ain't forget. If you would like to learn how exactly I was able to scale up in such a short amount of time, go ahead and leave the comment upgrade in the comments below.
Woo, it was a lot in that clip, man. First off, I don't care what type of haircut I'm getting. There's no need to spray my face with that much water to do whatever you need to do, man. That would have been a total that is a total violation. And number two, did you notice how he said client? He didn't say my clients. He said my client. So one person stayed with you after all those price increases. That means you consistently got to find brand new suckers every time to sign up for a $150 haircut. I don't care who you are, young or old, most people are not feeling these prices.
I'm gonna be real with y'all, bro. A taper fade should not cost $45, bro. That should be like half off, because you're not even cutting everything. You just cutting like the small edges and giving me a line up, bro, the front and back. That's it. Why am I paying $45 for you to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, these barbers need to sit down together and come up with a price. This is ridiculous. Now, if I'm getting all this chopped off, you know what I'm saying? Then I can see you charging me, you know, 45 is still a lot, but I understand times are rough right now. But a taper, let me get a low taper, bro. You barely touching me at all, bro. And then there was one dude. I ain't meant to make this video long, but right. So the price for the whole haircut is $40. And I said, all right, bro. I was talking to my brother. I was like, so how much? And my brother was like, I'm just gonna get a shape up. He's like, I was like, how much the shape up is? $20. So you telling me the shape up is half of the haircut? You know what I'm saying? I remember shape up used to be like $5, while the regular haircut used to be $15. You know what I'm saying? If that. Now you gotta pay half, $20 for the lineup just by itself. Bro, these prices are getting ridiculous, bro.
That is true.
Hey yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. This barbershop getting way out of control, bro. Like, look, I hit the young boy up, right? Like, yo, you can come out here, whatever, how much you charge? Young boy says $50. I'm like, $50? Dead ass, I'm like, $50. I'm like, yo, what you gonna do? Like, you gonna wash my shit? You gonna dye it? What the f is $50 for? He talking about $20 for the haircut and $20 for the gas. Like, nigga, where the f you live at? $50 and what and that's 40, that ain't 50. Well, the other 10 is for the tip. So you gonna just take the tip out my pocket and put it in your shit? These niggas is tripping for a fucking haircut? Like, come on, dog. Yo, you know how many hours a nigga gotta work to get $50? And I don't give a f where y'all live at before y'all start fronting talking about, yo, my job. Nigga, you ain't getting $25 an hour. That's still 2 hours of motherfucking work. You crazy as a motherfucking nigga out here working hard as hell. You trying to take half their goddamn check for the day. Man, you must be crazy as hell. You think I'm gonna pay $40 for it? Nah, nigga. Yo, my shit be cut low, trimmed up. Might be a little uneven in the back, but I'm gonna cut my own goddamn hair. Y'all niggas is crazy with that shit. These barbers running around. Then he got another third walk around with a gloves on like a nigga got some type of disease or some shit. Nigga, you tripping with your raggedy ass clippers any goddamn way. Ain't nowhere in the world I'm paying $50 for no haircut, man.
And before y'all say that this is just an old head problem, we old and outdated, we the only ones complaining. It's young people that's offended with these prices also. It's not just the old people, like I said, man. It's just men in general. We upset with y'all, man. Y'all disrespectful at this point.
Barbershops are getting way too out of control with these prices. There's no reason I should go into a barbershop and their prices is $50 plus, not even including tip. Like, what? I remember back in like 2018, 2019, I would go to a barbershop and it would be $20 and I'd leave like a $10 tip, $30 max. It's like, what's going on? What happened? And I know, you know, COVID-19, all of that, inflation, but from prices to go from a $20 haircut to a $50 haircut plus, I just don't understand. And a lot of times too, barbers will use enhancements and then try to like sneak it in or add it on. And I mean, like, I appreciate it when my barber does. Like, shout out to Juju, he's solid, you know, I don't care. But, you know, a lot of times these enhancements, you'll put it on and like, you'll look good, but I'm gonna go home and wash my hair. Like, I might take 2 pictures with this and then wash my hair, get the, you know, the cut hair out. So it's gonna be gone within like a few hours. So, you know, then on top of it, we paying $50 plus. And the haircut is hair. It's hair. It grows back within a week and a half. You know, I got my haircut a couple of days ago and, you know, it's already starting to come back in. And it's like, you know, for $50 every 2 weeks is crazy. $100, that's a bill. That's a bill. Even at, you know, $50, that's a bill. That's why you see me getting my haircut maybe once a month, if that. I started getting my haircut every like 1.5 months, if not 2 months. That's the whole reason that I had grown my hair out in the first place previously. So, you know, it's crazy out here.
And no funny shit, I'm about to say this clear as day. This is why haircut prices is OD. Niggas paying $50, $55. I'm gonna tell you why. Remember back in the day, you used to go in a barbershop and you used to have the poster. You used to be like, yo, let me get a number 3. Yeah, Little Caesar right there. Boom. And the prices was already set. Sometimes they may even have the price on the poster with the picture. But nowadays, everything is so online, niggas is making prices out they ass. And I'm paying $55 for what? This shit to grow back in 2-3 days? This shit don't make no sense. I remember back then, first of all, hold on. Kids used to be $7. I was that kid paying $7, nigga. Then boom, grow it up. The years start being like around 2015, whatever. Boom, $15. All right, $15. It's not bad. Cool. 2020. It was a $20 or $25. Boom. Okay, that's still not bad. I don't know what the happened in the past 3 years that the prices, it went from 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. I watched this grow. I watched the prices grow up like me. That shit don't make no damn sense. Bring me back.
If you ask me, man, these barbers be doing too much nowadays. That's part of the problem. Quick story time about my last haircut. I was going to this Puerto Rican barbershop around the corner from the crib. I grew up with Puerto Ricans, so I'm super comfortable with them. They like family to me. But anyway, you know what I mean? It was a whole bunch of dark-skinned Puerto Ricans on the barbershop. Really didn't speak the language, but I knew how to communicate with the, fade, this, that, and the other. So we used to always get it right every time I went there. But I went there the one day and it was a young boy, new guy. I ain't never speak to him. He really didn't speak any English. So I let him know what I wanted. We communicated. Everything was going smooth. So we get to the end of the haircut. I'm thinking my man is hitting me with the hairspray. You know what I mean? Then I noticed he do that, and then he hit me back with the clippers again. And I get hit with a little bit more hairspray. Then I get hit with the clippers again. Thinking like, fam, really getting his touch up on. You know what I mean? So I'm not thinking nothing of it. Man, he handed me the mirror, man. It looked like somebody had took a magic marker and drew my beard on, man. I went home and my daughters teased me for like the next 2-3 months, and I ain't never been back to the barbershop again, man. True story. I think when these young boys hear us old heads complaining about the prices, they think that we're just old heads and we're hating. And to tell you the truth, man, that gets a little tiring, man. We try to get the young people a little advice and we're automatic haters. Nah, we just been around long enough to remember when barber shops were thriving and they were vibrant and they was outlets for lots of young men to be able to get a jump start in life. And now y'all done pretty much killed that. It looked like in a 4 or 5 year span since COVID by pricing yourselves out of the market. So the real question is, has barbers made their prices so expensive that they done priced their own selves out of the market?
Are barbers overcharging for haircuts, therefore not getting clients like they used to? I'm just curious. I asked this only because this past Saturday I needed a haircut. I go to a barber shop, I walk in, I ask the guy. There are 4 people in the barber shop, 4 barbers. One was cutting hair. The other 3 were sitting in their chairs on their phones. So I walk in and I say, hey, do you guys take walk-ins? One of the guys say, yes. I go, how much do you charge? He said $70. $70. I go, oh, well, I just need a haircut. He goes, yeah, haircuts are $70. What? So I politely said thank you and walked out the door. But it was crazy to me because there are 4 of you, only one of you is cutting someone's hair, and the other 3 of you are just sitting there, TV on, music playing, on a Saturday at 10:30. Sort of like stepping on your own foot, I would think, charging $70. I wonder how many other people have walked in and walked out, because I'm almost 50 years old, and I know Saturdays at 10:30 in the morning is a busy time for barbers. These 4 barbers were not busy. So, is $70 a lot for a haircut?
My man got a hell of a point, man. 10:30 a.m. on a Saturday? 20 years ago, if you would show up to any barbershop at 10:30, I don't care if they opened at 10, you was going to be waiting at least till 1 till you saw a chair. The barbers were experienced, skilled, and they could cut anything.
Shit, that ain't nothing but ultra perm. Tell me how you want me to cut this.
That's how popping barbershops was. That's pretty much why they had to start going to that appointment system, because Everybody was getting their hair cut. But then y'all started raising the prices and people slowly started saying, you know what? I can figure this out at home. But I got to give respect where respect is due. While it's a whole bunch of people out here that's trying to take you for everything you got, we still have some honorable barbers out there that want to give you a quality haircut for a reasonable price.
This barber literally refuses to charge more than $40.
Why you youngsters feel like you can charge $80 to $100 and you barely learn how to cut hair? You're 2 to 3 years, 5 years tops out of barber college, and you're charging all this money for haircuts. Be modest. You're only going to ruin it for yourself once somebody figures out that they can get the same haircut down the street for $40 cheaper. Just saying.
Message.
No, stop being scared of your prices. Now that $100, $150 stuff, I don't know. Like, my price is light. I feel like my price is light for the area I'm in. I feel like people complaining about $35 for a haircut with the beard 40. I feel like I feel like I'm worth that for real. For real. I feel like low-key I can get 50, but we ain't gonna do it. We ain't gonna do 50. They cry at 50. Y'all cry as a client at 50. $50 a cut. Where I'm at, people pay 50, 60, 70. But on average, I get 40 easy. 40 times 10 a day. Yeah, 40 times 10, that's solid. Yeah, 40 times 10, that's solid. Ain't everybody in here, like, we bilingual, we speak English and Spanish. Yeah, 40 times 10, that's solid. Yeah.
$40 for a full cut. That sounds reasonable. $35 for the cut, $5 for the beard. That sounds about right. I was thinking about $30 for the cut, $10 for the beard, but that's $20, $25, $40 to get your hair cut and your beard done. That sounds fair. That sounds reasonable. It sounds like you're making enough to cover the spread, and I'm getting a quality product. So I can't complain about $40 in 2025. The price is going to have to go up a little bit, but $100, $150, now we getting totally stupid, man. I'm not asking for a silk press. I'm not getting a chemical treatment or no coloring or no dyes or nothing. Like, I ain't getting a hairstyle like my lady. So why are you charging me like you're doing my lady's hair? That's a little crazy. And another crazy part about all these videos is all these barbers wanted to charge you all this extra money, but never wanted to tell you what extra service or give you any clue that the service was any better than any other service. They just wanted to charge you a whole lot. I only found one video where the guy explained to you what you was getting extra for paying so much.
I charge what I charge as a barber for a list of reasons, and the list of reasons goes way deeper than just the fact that you're getting a nice ass haircut, you feel me? The first reason is I'm a professional. I put blood, sweat, and tears behind what I know, so I actually know what the I'm doing, you feel me? Like, I'm professional enough for real to where you can sit in my chair not knowing what the you want to get, and I know what questions to ask and how to pick your brain in the right way to find out what we gonna do with your head and what's gonna look best at the end of the day, what you gonna walk out with feeling the happiest. Number two, I'm an engaging ass barber, bro. I'm one of them barbers that'll sit here and really engage with the clients. Like, if you come in there and you don't feel like talking, I'll catch the vibe and I'll shut my ass up and I'll just cut your hair and do what I do. But at the end of the day, straight out the door, what you gonna get from me is straight nothing but engagement. You gonna get my complete attention, my complete focus. You could talk to me about anything. Anything that you tell me is gonna be confidential. It's like you sitting there talking to a therapist and a homie at the same time. Like, real life, you can sit in my chair and tell me you just got done blowing somebody's top off, and if you get arrested, just know it wasn't me. I ain't snitch on you, bro. Hey, trust me, you paid me for that reason. There's a whole bunch of other reasons, but the last one I'm gonna give y'all is just because I actually run my business like a business should be run in the first place. Everything is professionally set up. You don't have to wait on a text back from me or a response from me. You can go on a website and look at whatever time you want and book that time and walk in, and I'm gonna be there. If I'm late, I'm gonna make up for it. If you're late, you're gonna make up for it. I do deals, I do promos, I do giveaways. If you got your own business that needs support, and I'll support your business as well just because you supporting mine. Like, this is real life, a whole community that I got going on. That's why I charge what I charge in the first place. So all these people out here talking about, oh, $50 a cut, $100 a cut, that's too much. You got to see what you getting for that price.
Like I said, he was the only barber that I came across, and I was looking for a little bit, that actually had some reasons for why he was charging what he was charging. Now, his reasons, that's a whole different story. All that stuff I don't need, my man. All I need is a fade. I just need a fade and a shape up and get the beard right. That's all I need, man. I don't need all that. I don't need a therapist. But anyway, at least he was trying to come across professional, and he was selling his service, though. So I got to respect him for that. But these other guys just saying, this is the number and this is what it's going to be, and all this, you know, trying to poke in the eye and na stuff, man. I don't understand why you would turn away prospective clients. Like them dudes in the barbershop, that old head that told the story about going in the barbershop on a Saturday morning. Them guys didn't realize that they possibly had somebody that was going to come back and pay $35 or $40 every 2 weeks and be consistent. And they just let that walk out the door because they wanted to overcharge him. Because you want to try to get the money and do half the work or do a quarter of the work. But that was an old head, man. Fam got a 401k or a pension. He probably had a brand new Cadillac or something he jumped out of. Whatever he jumped out of to go in that barbershop was shining. Especially if it was sunny that morning. You just let that money walk in the door and walk right out the door, man. Now, let's be real with the barbers, man. I respect your craft. Don't get this messed up. I respect your craft, but I'm just going to give you the way the general public is looking at it and be real with you. 9 times out of 10, the reason why you a barber is because you picked up them clippers and you was pretty good at your first couple of cuts. You ended up going to barber school so you can get official. But a lot of people can pick them clippers up and become pretty good or become adequate pretty fast. And when you become a barber, a lot of times you get sucked up into this sharpest and freshest cut ever and competing on the cuts. And because I can tell you it is levels to haircuts. But I can tell you also that 70% of the people that's going into your shop, they just want a haircut. They want to knock that hair off and get presentable for the next week of work or the next whatever. They don't want to be in your chair for an hour. You know what I mean? They're not trying to get a cut like they going to the Emmys. And when you price your product so high, when you tell somebody $100 for a cut, I guarantee you the first thing they think in their mind, I can go get some Andes, go get some T-edges for $65, $70 right now, and I can shape myself up. Or I can add another little $20 and I can go get or $50 and I can go get the clippers that they got and just cut my own hair. About 2 or 3 cuts, I'll be all right. That's what y'all not getting, man. People just want to knock their hair down and look presentable. Y'all think everybody want to be a fashion model, man. Y'all charging fashion model prices. Y'all need to have some regular haircut prices, man. Y'all need to have some regular haircut prices. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, y'all hit me up in the comments section and tell me how y'all feel about this one. Like I said, man, I respect all the barbers out there. I respect the craft, but you got to know exactly what your craft is, man. And you got to know that you're going to live and make your living off the repeat customer. And if all the repeat customers are telling you that you're pricing yourself out the market, you might want to listen to the repeat customers. But anyway, man, y'all hit me up in the comments section. Tell me how y'all feel about this one.
Tell me how you felt about what just happened there.
If you done made it to this point in the video, you are my MVP.
It was a stone groove, my man.
I'm out of here.